Hi, I'm Dr. Drew and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a channel not on medicine, but on all the other aspects needed to live our medicine lives. Today we're going to be talking about home equity line of credit. Essentially a long phrase commonly abbreviated as a HELOC, and what it is, why it's important, and how you could utilize it if you wanted to. So what is a home equity line of credit? It's essentially a type of loan that allows homeowners to borrow against the equity in their home. Essentially, it is a line of credit that is secured by the equity in your home. So it's a secured debt. The equity in a home is the difference between the home's value and the outstanding mortgage balance. You can see here in the example shown here that if you had a home that is worth, let's say $100,000, just to keep the number simple, you put 20% down, so that's $20,000. And if you didn't have any equity, you would essentially be borrowing that entire amount, $80,000 from the bank. But if you, let's say, a few years, if not a decade has passed and you've paid down most of the house. And so now you could take a HELOC or a home equity line of credit up to a maximum of 65%. And the other 15% has to be still some form of a mortgage, variable mortgage, fixed mortgage, whatever it may be, so that the total adds up to the 80% of the money that is borrowed from the bank. Now, why is this important? And so one of the benefits of a HELOC is that it can provide a physician with a flexible source of funding. It can be used for a variety of purposes, and the most common one being home improvement, or it can be used for debt consolidation, as these tend to be low interest rates or lower interest rates compared to credit cards, generally at prime. And if you have a good relationship with your bank and you are a physician with good credit, then generally even prime minus certain percentage points as well. Or it can even be used as an investment for starting a business or investing into another asset. This is where people tend to become a little bit sophisticated, where they use essentially a secured debt, which is a home equity line of credit, and invest into an investment. And I suppose using something called a Smith maneuver, one could deduct the interest that is paid on this HELOC as a deductible expense because it has gone into an investment. Now, obviously, these are sophisticated maneuvers, and one needs to have a discussion with a tax lawyer or an accountant or various other investment experts in order to be able to execute that particular maneuver where you borrow against a home equity line of credit, or borrow using your home equity line of credit and then go into an investment. Now, if you were to use that money for expenses, if you lost your job and you used it for monthly expenses, or you used it for home improvement, the interest paid on it is, however, not tax deductible. And so one would have to look at the rules and speak to their accountant to determine that. Additionally, a HELOC has the added capability of expanding as the mortgage is being paid down. So for example, in this case, let's say you've paid down 35% of the HELOC off for now. So then you would get about $35,000 as a line of credit, and then the rest is still as a mortgage. And so as you pay your mortgage down, that HELOC then expands 35, 36, 40% all the way up to 65. So it keeps expanding and more equity or capital is available to you as you pay your mortgage down. So it's generally different banks have it as a expandable, readvanceable, or a step home equity line of credit, as they call it. Why is this important? Well, one of the benefits of having a HELOC is it can provide or how it can be used. And so essentially it would require a relationship with your bank and have a good credit score and the ability to make payments on the loan. The process of getting a HELOC is very similar to getting a mortgage. A physician will need to provide information such as their income, employment status, credit history, and the true appraised value of the home. They will typically need to have their home appraised, and what you believe is the value of the home does not necessarily hold true. It would have to be appraised by one of the bank's appraisers. It is a secured line of credit, which means the lender can foreclose on the home if the borrower defaults on the loan. And so it's important for physicians to have a solid plan in place, look at the loan, look at the terms, look at if there's any margin loan capabilities, and how they want to use the funds and what backups they have should they be not able to make those payments. Because you should be ready to sell the home to get rid of the debt, which is a reasonable way of good debt or secured debt than the other ways. Oh, and on that note, it's 5 minutes. So in conclusion, a home equity line of credit, or a HELOC, is a type of loan that allows homeowners to borrow against the equity in their home. And this can be a valuable tool for physicians to manage their finances, as well as providing a flexible source of funding for various expenses, from home improvement to investing into debt funds or investments or whatever it may be. You would have to have a good relationship with your bank and go through the process of applying for a secured loan. So a few action items: if you're interested in following the exact frameworks used by affluent physicians to take back control of their time and money, check out the link in the description below. I make these videos because I'm passionate about fighting burnout in 10,000 physicians across this world, and because I had hoped that someone would hold my hands during this wealth building journey as well. Come and join my community of like-minded physicians in my free Facebook group, where I share cheat sheets, calculators, and everything in between to live our best medicine lives. On that note, thank you very much for doing what you're doing. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.